So I'm going to draw this tree here. It looks like this. Just draw a simple little pine tree and draw the right triangle that outlines the height of the tree, and then we've got a 59-degree angle. Go ahead and draw this in the notes section somewhere around here. It doesn't have to be a Picasso drawing. It doesn't have to be some masterpiece artistic expression. Just a simple tree, and draw the right triangle that's formed from that tree. Go ahead and draw. I'll give you a few minutes. So, look what we got here, ladies and gents. We have ourselves a right triangle. How do I know it's a right triangle? Well, here's a right angle with the tree. And if I'm standing right here, notice, if I'm standing right here, let's say this is Mr. Mugia, he's out on the walk on the park. My line of sight right here, if I'm looking straight ahead, this angle right here is what we call an angle of elevation. Okay? It's my line of sight, and when I look forward, if I look up, that's called the angle of elevation. So my angle of elevation is 59 degrees. So I'm looking straight ahead, that's 0 degrees. Once I start looking up, angle of elevation, right here. If I start looking down, that's called an angle of depression. Angle up, so my angle of elevation is 59 degrees. I'm standing 45 feet away from the tree. I can figure out how tall the tree is now by trigonometry. This side, which is the tree, is opposite the 59-degree angle. It's opposite. The 45 feet side right here that I'm standing away from the base of the tree, that side is adjacent to this 59-degree angle. So watch this now. I'm going to write tangent of 59 degrees. Notice that. Equals opposite of 59. What's the side that's opposite? It's not touching. What's this? It's the height. The height of the tree. I'll call it H. Opposite over adjacent. Adjacent is 45. We're going to be able to solve for H now. We're going to be able to solve for the height of the tree without even climbing it. I'm just going to use mathematical trigonometry to figure out the height of the tree. It's powerful stuff here. Let's get H by itself. What do I do to both sides to get H by itself, Viloa or Ionovich? Right, I'm dividing by 45. I want to get rid of that 45, so I'm going to multiply both sides by 45. Watch this. Whatever I do to one side, I got to do the other, right? Okay. 45 is the same as 45 over 1, so look at this, it cancels out right here. So I have H, that's the height of the tree, equals 45 times the tangent of 59. Now remember, the tangent of 59 degrees is some eternal ratio. It's some ratio that never changes. And your calculator knows what that ratio is. So I'm going to type all this garbage in my calculator. Let me show them. Because they're a little behind here. Watch this. Are you offended? That's cool. There we go. Watch this. Tangent. I'm going to go function. Let me hit. Is it 45? Yeah, 45. So 45. Let me hit the function button, hit tangent. 59. Well, the times is automatic. If you put the 45 10, it means automatically means times. Good point though. 59. I'll close those parentheses. The tangent 59 degrees. Hit enter. I'm going to round to the nearest tenth. 74.9. 74.9 to the nearest tenth place. So we just found the height of that tree, Moreno. The height then is approximately 74.9 feet. Almost 80 feet. It's about 80 feet. That's how high that tree is. I didn't have to climb it. All I needed was my angle of elevation, how far away I was standing from that tree, and I can figure out how tall anything is. A building, a skyscraper, you name it. How high a jet is, you name it. There you go. Radians is for, that's different math application. Okay. At the bottom, so go to flip the page. Let's do example 6, actually 4. So flip the page. This is on the bottom of page 2. We're going to do 4, 5, and 6, and we're done for today. All right, here we go. Let's solve for x in every single one of these puppies. Yes, sir. So this is on the other side, Picasso, on the bottom. 4, 5, and 6. There we go. All right, what's the acute angle they gave me? Well, it's 10 degrees. Opposite to 10, opposite is 5, adjacent to 10 is x. Let's form our equation now. Tangent of 10 degrees, you always put the degrees of the angle. Opposite of 10 degrees is 5. Adjacent is x. It's 5 over x. This is a little more funkier because notice we have the variable in the denominator. That's going to add an extra step to us solving for x. What we need to do is get x out of the denominator. So whenever x is in the denominator, you have to multiply both sides by x to get it out of the denominator. Notice how this equation differs from the one we just did. Notice how the variable was in the numerator here. Look at, it was h over 45. On these, the variable is the denominator, so we have to do one more step. Very easy, just follow along. Just pay attention. Well, let's see. Let's get it out of the denominator. So what I'm going to do is multiply both sides by x. Do that with me. Whatever I do to one side, do the other. Bring down the equal sign. X is the same as x over 1. Look what ends up happening. These cancel out. So all I have on the right side is 5. On the left side, I'll stop there. You see how the x is canceled out? Because this is division by x and this is multiplied by x. X is the same as x over 1. So 5 over x times x over 1, these cancel out. So all I have is 5 over 1, which is 5. Over here, I have x times a tangent of 10 degrees. Now remember, the tangent of 10 degrees is some ratio that the calculator knows. We'll punch that in the calculator shortly. So this is x times some value equals 5. Now we're in a position to get x by itself. What do I have to get rid of to get x alone here now? What do I have to get rid of? What's next to x? 10? Yeah. Tangent of 10. Yeah. Look at it. This is next to x, so I have to get rid of the tangent of 10. I'm already multiplying. What's the opposite? Awesome. Divide by the tangent of 10 on the left. Divide by the tangent of 10 on the right. We're rocking and rolling. Watch this. By to that. Tangent divided by tangent of 10 is 1. I have x on the left. Franco, you remember all this? 5 divided by the tangent of 10. Let me press that on my calculator. Watch this. Watch this. 5 divided by tangent 10. Enter. I get 28.4 to the nearest tenth. 28.4. We solve for x. So this side here, the right triangle, is 24.8 units long. It's crazy. The only thing that's crazy is that all you gotta know is this tangent of 10, even though it looks kind of weird and funky and like really high level math, all this is just a ratio that never changes. Just think of what I did outside. That angle is 40 degrees, the ratio never changed, 0.84, 0.84, no matter how big or small the right triangle is. Same thing with a 10-degree angle. This is 10 degrees, so if the triangle is smaller or the triangle is bigger, the ratio of tangent of 10 will never change. It's some number that the calculator knows, and you'll just punch that in. It's an eternal ratio that never changes. Let's try number 5. I'll use red. All right, so we have x. We have a 64-degree angle now. The side opposite to 64 is x. The side adjacent is 13. Let's write out the equation now. Tangent 64 degrees equals opposite to 64 is x. Adjacent is 13. Let's get x by itself. Gotta get rid of the 13. What's the opposite of division? So I'll multiply both sides by 13. 13 here, 13 here. That gets rid of the 13, so on the right side I have x by itself, which is beautiful. I want to get x by itself. And on the left side I have 13 times the tangent of 64. Calculator time. There's no way you guys can do that in your head. If you can do that in your head, you got a credit slip with A+. Give it to me now. Go. Tell me the tangent of 64 in your mind. Hit it. Let's see if he's right. If he's right, I give it to you. Tangent of 64. Let's see. That shouldn't be right. Tangent 64. It was 2. You're 6 away. That's somewhat close. Okay, so I'm going to type this crap in my calculator. Watch. 13 times the tangent of 64, that'll be what x is. I'm just going to type in exactly what I see there. 13 tangent, hit the function key, tangent 64. Go back to main to get the numbers. Hit enter. 26.7 to the nearest 10. So x is approximately 26.7. So this was 26.7 units right here, this side. Last one for today. You're doing good. It's number 6. The acute angle I'm dealing with is 31 degrees. Opposite to 31 is 24. Adjacent to 31 is x. Let's set up our equation now. I'll bring it down over here. I'm not sure if I'm going too fast. I trust you guys are making sense. Any questions? Tangent of 31, here we go. So all these are the degrees. Tangent of the angle, the acute angle. What's opposite to 31, Franco? Thank you, Franco. What's adjacent to 31? Sorry, Franco. Miss Munoz, not your chance to interrupt her. What should I do to get x out of the denominator? Tell me, Franco. Interrupt her. That's good.
Goodbye.
Close. I'm already divided by x.
So multiply 24 times 31.
The gas is one more time.
Multiply by x.
What'd you say?
5 times 31.
Let's get rid of that x on the denominator though. The verb. Multiply by divided by. Yeah, you're going like a step further. So you're. If I did that, I'll give them nightmares. So I'm gonna hold off. But you're right. I'm gonna multiply both sides by x. Equals, so here we go. So x over 1, these x's cancel out. I got 24 on the right side. On the left side, I have x times the tangent of 31. Let's just get x by itself now. You start getting the hang of it. It's pretty easy. It's not that crazy. It just looks kind of funky because you have this tangent word. It looks scary, but it's not as scary as it looks. Let's get x alone, and we'll have x by itself. We'll divide both sides by the tangent of 31. By x is whatever that is on that calculator. 24 divided by tangent of 31. You go to dasmos.com. You gonna do that for me, Rodriguez? Never mind. 24 divided by one more time, Jovanovic?
31.
31, huh? Yeah?
31.
My bad. 14.4, you get that? 24 tangent of 31.
You got the line.
What a doofus I am. Divided by tangent 31, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so the nearest tenth. This is not 5 or bigger, so it's 39.9. With me, Cisneros? So 39.9. That's it. Tomorrow morning is our last lesson. It'll be related to trigonometry. But you just reached the second to last lesson. Tomorrow morning, be here. Use the rest of your time wisely. One more day after this. Just 6 more hours after this. Use your time wisely. If you don't get that 60%, don't talk to me about 5 credits. You'll get partial. So you have to be here, though, if you get partial.
4.5.
Say again? Nah. It'll be whatever amount of assignments you turned in as a percentage of the total amount of assignments, and I convert that to credits and round to the nearest 10. That's cool, huh? Stop lying.